I hid a sandwich in my spacesuit. That was a confession of astronaut John Young in 1965. Young has just completed his first space flight, the Gemini 3 mission, along with command pilot Gus Grissom. What's the story behind this contraband comestible, you ask? Ironically, part of Young's assignment on the 5-hour mission was to test space food and its packaging, as well as procedures for disposing of the packaging after eating. The Gemini meal packages included a freeze dried entree, vegetable, drink, and dessert, protected with a 4-ply laminated film coating. As Gus Grissom described to Life magazine at the time, the meals that they took along, quote, came in plastic bags, and we had to insert a water gun into the bag and squirt cold liquid inside to reconstitute them. As you can see from this photo, the food was less than appealing. One sample meal consisted of, as Young later described it, barely edible rehydrated chicken bites, applesauce, and brownie bites. Compare that to the menu for the recent Artemis 2 mission, and it's easier to see why Young's smuggled sandwich seems so appealing. Notice, though, that even Artemis's menu includes tortillas or flatbread. More on that in a minute. Some records indicate that Young accepted the 2-day-old corned beef sandwich from fellow astronaut and famed practical joker Wally Schirra, and, with permission from Director of Flight Crew Operations Deke Slayton, tucked the sandwich into a pocket of his spacesuit. Young reportedly thought it, quote, seemed like a fun idea at the time. 2 hours into their mission, John Young pulled out the rather aged corned beef sandwich and offered it to Gus Grissom. Each took a few bites before the sandwich was stowed in Grissom's pocket. Grissom later stated that the moment was one of the highlights of the flight for him. Not everyone was equally amused. The fallout was swift. According to an article in PBS, upon landing, the U.S. House of Representatives Committee on Appropriations launched an investigation into the corned beef mishap, stating that Young's crumbly meal was a $30 million sandwich. So what was their beef with the incident? Sorry. Crumbs. Not only could the floating crumbs have damaged the flight equipment or have been inhaled by the astronauts, but the incident threatened the reputation of the space program as well. George Mueller, NASA's Associate Administrator for Manned Spaceflight, released a statement saying, quote, we have taken steps to prevent recurrence of corned beef sandwiches in future flights. We will refrain from commenting on the sheer ridiculousness of convening a committee to explore the effects of a sandwich. This is the same government body that spent over $500,000 in federal grants to study how cocaine affects the sexual behavior of Japanese quails. But I digress. Did Sandwichgate negatively affect John Young's career? No. He was the first astronaut to fly to space 6 times. 2 Gemini missions, 2 Apollo missions, including the dress rehearsal for the first lunar landing, and 2 space shuttle missions. He also served as chief of the astronaut office for 13 years. John Young died January 5th, 2018, at the age of 87 in Houston. And the contraband corned beef sandwich itself? It lives on as a replica memorialized in resin at the Grissom Memorial Museum in Mitchell, Indiana. Stay tuned to Hidden in the Stars for all of the latest astronomy news and all of the interesting tidbits from history. Is there an event that you have heard of that we should cover on this channel? Drop a comment and let us know.